Hey Blades fans, welcome back to Hertz Arena and another Florida Everblades pregame show. This is a playoff edition of the show. Before we get into that though, Jake, there's a couple things I want to talk about first. Particularly on Saturday night, a fan favorite, you could call him, did pretty well. Can you kind of walk us through what happened there?
Yeah, Cam Johnson had a great performance for his 37th win of the season. And, of course, Kyle Neuber, a goal and an assist. He was sensational. His best game of the season for sure. Came out with a mission to perform in that matchup and did just that. Showed that he's not just a guy who goes out there, drops the gloves, and heads off to the penalty box.
Yeah.
He can contribute offensively. And as you mentioned, we're in the playoffs now. You need guys that are in those depth roles to come through. He's not going to score every night,
Sure.
but if Neuber can chip in a little bit here and there throughout a round, a series, and going forward, that can go a long way towards going for our fourth consecutive Kelly Cup.
Absolutely. And I heard, I wasn't there on Saturday, unfortunately, but I heard that the energy in the room when Neuber found the back of the net was just indescribably electric. Is that what you felt?
Oh, yeah. The building was galvanized in a way we haven't seen all season, right? It's a sellout crowd for one. The Blades are already up big at this point.
Yeah.
This goal made it a 5-1 lead for Florida. And then the crowd found out it was Neuber. It was a tip in the slot on a power play, so it wasn't immediately evident that it was him who got it.
Okay.
But you see him leading the line towards the bench. And then Dave Alexander announces goal scored by number 24, Kyle Neuber. Crowd pops off, and it was great. And that's what we're going to need now that we have home ice, too, is the fans have got to be ready to give it to the guys, especially when a guy like Kyle Neuber can chip in, because when that happens, you could see it on the bench, too.
Yes.
They were all so hyped for it. It was great.
Oh, my gosh. I'm jealous. I wish I could have been there. Hopefully it happens again. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier you mentioned Cam Johnson as a fan favorite. He is definitely a fan favorite. Did want to tell you guys, though, another piece of news. He was named the Nick Vitucci ECHL Goaltender of the Year. First time he's ever won that award. Only the third time in franchise history that an Everblade has won this award. It adds to his list of accolades that we've already talked about, but tell us why this one is really special.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is, in essence, another one on the pile, but it's also by far his best regular season. By far, he was the best goaltender in the league. He had 13 more wins than the guys next closest to him on the wins list this season. His goals against average, the best in the league, tied the franchise mark for the best goals against average in a single season. Tied for the league lead in shutouts this year with 5. Only had 10 losses, had 2 road regulation losses all year long, right? Like, he was just absurd.
Yeah.
And for it to go to him, it was no surprise. Everyone in the league knew that he was going to win this award, but, having it official is nice, right? And he certainly earned it. And you want to talk about a guy who elevates his performance when he gets into the playoffs. Cam Johnson is exhibit 1A in that.
Yeah.
And if he's elevating his play based off what he played like in the regular season, it's going to be insane to watch him in the crease.
Right, and then with the fuel of this award, too, and coming off of that with such positive momentum, it's just really going to be exciting to watch him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're coming in here on a 3-game winning streak, 4 of 5 in the month of April to get ready for the playoffs. You're coming in feeling really good about your game into Game 1 tonight.
So, Game 1 tonight, Jake. Oh, my goodness. We've got a couple guys back we haven't seen in a little bit. Can you kind of walk us through who we might be seeing?
Well, we saw Chow and Neuber come in for Game 72, and then tonight we've got Gisevich coming back. We've got Craig Needham coming back into the lineup, so those are 2 important pieces up front. And Anton Malmstrom coming down from the American Hockey League, joining the Blades on the back end. That's a really big get. He's one of the best puck-moving defensemen for Florida. His ability to get the Blades moving up the ice, east-west, great with the puck on his stick, and his vision up the ice is honestly second to none on this team. He's great moving from the D zone to the O zone, so he's going to be a huge addition to the Blades on the back end tonight. Everyone's really excited to have him back.
Yeah, very. I know the guys love him too on the team.
Oh yeah, I mean, great personality, right? Super friendly guy, and a guy that's easy to play with as well, right? You don't have to change your game a lot when he's on the ice to adjust to any of his strengths or weaknesses. His strengths really mesh well with the other guys on this team, so he's going to be a seamless addition back into the lineup.
All right, well, I want to get into the direct effect marketing. 3 keys of the game. We've got to start strong here.
Yeah, you've got home ice, right? And over the Blades' last 2 playoff runs, they actually have been the road team more often than not. So now you've got home ice, you've got to use it. Jacksonville's coming into tonight. They're looking for a split in these 2 games tonight and tomorrow in games 1 and 2 so that they go back to home. on Wednesday next week with some
Yeah.
real momentum.
Yeah.
You don't want to let them have that. You've got the crowd on your side. You've got your own building, all that. You've got to use it, particularly in these first 2 games, especially starting off the series tonight. Florida's been excellent in game 1s over this 3-peat run, trying to make it 4.
Yeah.
Second key is going to be special teams. The Blades, special teams over the season, they were kind of middle of the pack, but against Jacksonville, they were very strong. An over 90% success rate on the penalty kill, 8 for 27 on the power play against Jacksonville in the season series. You've got to keep that going, and you can be put in a really good spot to get the win in this series. And then finally, supporting out front of the net. I mean, the Blades and the Icemen, they both have very good goaltenders. We've talked about Cam Johnson, the best of the best. Matt Vernon's a very strong goaltender as well. And Justin Close was on the all-rookie team this year as the other goaltender for Jacksonville. They're going to make 95% of the important saves and handle the puck well. But there's going to be times where a rebound pops out. It gets to the side of the net in a scramble, or there's a screen out front. The defense supporting out front of their own net just once or twice in a game, that might be the difference between a game 1 win tonight and a game 1 loss. And we've seen with the Everblades more often than not, they've come out on top in game 1s.
Yeah.
The only game 1 they've lost in their entire time over this 3-peat run last year, round 1 against Jacksonville. So you don't want a repeat of that here on your own home ice.
And they remember that too.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So it's going to be extra fuel.
It's Florida Jacksonville, 4th year in a row.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fuel already all over, ready to get lit up for game 1 tonight.
And Jacksonville remembers too what has happened a couple times now.
Yeah, you get eliminated by the same team 3 years in a row. You're ready to go for round 4.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be fierce competition out there. Well, next up we've got warm-ups, and then it is game 1. Jacksonville Icemen versus your Florida Everblades. Cannot wait.